Welcome, friends, to tonight's peaceful journey through the world of Minecraft. As the square sun sets and the blocky stars rise, we'll be exploring 125 fascinating facts about the many structures scattered across this beloved game. From quiet desert wells that hold no treasure but carry their own quiet mystery, to grand end cities floating above the void, every structure tells a story. Each fact will unfold slowly and gently, designed not to overwhelm but to relax you, carrying you further into a calm and sleepy state. So find a comfortable spot, perhaps with a blanket and a warm drink, and let your mind wander into Minecraft's hidden corners. If you enjoy these relaxing adventures, don't forget to subscribe so you can join us again, and share in the comments where in the world you're listening from tonight. I always find it magical to see how many dreamers come together here. One of the most iconic structures in Minecraft is the Desert Temple, a sandy pyramid often half buried in dunes. At first glance, it seems like a simple piece of decoration, but hidden inside is one of the most dangerous and rewarding traps in the game. Beneath its colored terracotta floor lies a chamber filled with 4 chests and a pressure plate linked to TNT. Stepping carelessly into the chamber triggers an explosion that destroys the loot and often the player with it. Yet, with care and patience, breaking the pressure plate reveals treasures ranging from enchanted books to golden apples, and sometimes even diamonds. What makes the Desert Temple obscure and fascinating is that it blends risk and reward into one design. A player must learn caution, observation, and restraint to safely unearth its secrets. It's a reminder that curiosity sometimes carries danger. Another memorable structure is the Jungle Temple, hidden deep within the dense greenery of the jungle biome. Unlike the Desert Temple's explosive trap, the Jungle Temple hides its loot behind puzzles of levers and redstone contraptions. Inside, players find 2 chests, but reaching them means navigating tripwires that release arrows and solving a lever puzzle that opens a secret passage. Many players, especially in early days of exploring, found these puzzles confusing, with the redstone wiring creating mystery about what was happening beneath the stone bricks. The Jungle Temple is one of the few naturally generated structures that introduces players to redstone mechanics, making it both educational and dangerous. Even when looted, the temple remains atmospheric, a mossy ruin blending into vines and trees. Its obscurity lies in how rare jungles are themselves, making temples an uncommon sight. Their discovery feels like stumbling upon ancient secrets hidden in overgrowth. Villages stand as some of the most important structures in Minecraft, yet they are more complex than many realize. Beyond being simple collections of houses, villages are dynamic communities with mechanics tied to beds, workstations, and villagers themselves. Each village is procedurally generated, meaning layouts vary with every world. An obscure detail is that villagers follow daily routines, waking at dawn, working at their job sites, gathering at bells, and retreating to beds at night. The bell itself has a hidden use, alerting villagers to danger and sending them running indoors. Villages also adapt to their biomes. Desert villages use sandstone, snowy villages use spruce and snow, plains villages are made of oak. This creates regional diversity, making villages feel alive. Their obscurity lies in the layers of hidden systems, gossip, reputation, and raids that players may not notice at first. Villages embody complexity, turning simple homes into intricate, living societies. Mineshafts are another fascinating structure, winding underground networks made of wood, rails, and cobwebs. They generate deep beneath the surface, often connecting to caves and ravines, making them both rewarding and dangerous. Chests hidden within minecarts scattered through the tunnels hold valuable loot such as enchanted books, golden apples, and rare ores. However, they also contain danger. Cave spider spawners hidden in webs that can poison unwary adventurers. Mine shafts also tell a quiet story, remnants of miners long gone, abandoned yet preserved in Minecraft's code. Their wooden supports often cut through natural formations, creating eerie intersections with ravines or lava lakes. The obscurity lies in their sheer size and randomness. Some mine shafts stretch endlessly, twisting through stone in labyrinths impossible to fully map. Exploring them demands torches, patience, and courage. They remind players that under the peaceful surface of Minecraft, there is always mystery buried in the stone. Strongholds stand as one of the most important structures in the game, housing the end portal that leads to the final dimension. These stone labyrinths are buried deep underground, accessible only by following the guidance of Ender Eyes. Strongholds contain libraries filled with bookshelves and cobwebs, fountains, prison cells, and endless stone corridors that twist into confusing mazes. Their obscurity lies in how rare they are. Only a limited number generate in each world, and they are scattered far apart. The end portal room itself is unique, with silverfish spawners and an incomplete portal frame that must be completed with Ender Eyes. Discovering a stronghold is both thrilling and intimidating, as it marks a major step toward completing the game. They feel ancient, as though remnants of civilizations that came before, designed to hold secrets linking the overworld to the mysterious end dimension. Another obscure yet enchanting structure is the Woodland Mansion. Found only in dark forest biomes, these enormous buildings tower among the trees, filled with hostile illagers and hidden rooms. The sheer size of the mansion is overwhelming, with sprawling hallways, staircases, and chambers that sometimes contain rare decorations, such as statues made of wool or secret rooms filled with loot. Woodland mansions are incredibly rare, often requiring exploration maps from cartographer villagers to locate. Their obscurity lies in their scale and variety. No two mansions are exactly alike, and some rooms remain nearly impossible to discover without breaking through walls. They serve as bases of illager society, giving a sense of narrative to Minecraft's world. Mansions challenge players to prepare thoroughly before entering, rewarding bravery with loot and stories. They are both fortress and mystery, standing as monuments to danger in the quiet forests. Finally, the Ocean Monument stands as one of Minecraft's most otherworldly structures. Rising from the seafloor, these enormous prismarine temples are guarded by guardians and elder guardians, making them among the most challenging structures to explore. Inside, treasure chambers hold blocks of gold hidden behind walls of dark prismarine. Yet the obscurity lies in their natural defenses, guardians' laser beams, and the elder guardians' mining fatigue effect, which prevents players from breaking blocks quickly. This forces careful planning, bringing milk buckets to counteract the effect and water-breathing potions to explore. Ocean monuments are also the only natural source of sponges, rare blocks that absorb water. Their architecture is symmetrical and alien, unlike any other structure, glowing faintly in the deep. Ocean monuments embody obscurity by blending treasure, challenge, and mystery, transforming the ocean into a dangerous frontier where players must confront fear and ingenuity. The igloo is one of the smallest but most intriguing structures in Minecraft, found rarely in snowy tundras. At first, it seems like a simple snow hut, with a bed, furnace, and crafting table inside. Yet the obscurity lies beneath. Some igloos hide a secret trapdoor under the carpet, leading to a ladder descending into a hidden laboratory. This basement contains a brewing stand, a chest with golden apples, and two villagers, one normal, one zombified, separated by iron bars. The design seems to quietly teach players how to cure zombie villagers using potions of weakness and golden apples. Few other structures are so educational while also mysterious, because not every igloo contains this secret. Discovering one feels magical, like stumbling upon an experiment left behind by someone unseen. Igloos embody obscurity by blending simplicity above ground with hidden depth beneath the snow. Another obscure structure is the pillager outpost, tall wooden towers that loom over plains, deserts, and savannas. These outposts are dangerous, spawning pillagers that attack with crossbows. Their obscurity lies in their role as both threat and opportunity. Chests at the top contain loot, such as crossbows, arrows, and enchanted books, rewarding those who brave the climb. Around the outpost are small cages, sometimes holding iron golems that players can free, and sometimes filled with farm animals, hinting at pillagers' raids on local settlements. Outposts are also significant because killing the captain of an outpost raid patrol gives the bad omen effect, which triggers a raid upon entering a village. They tie exploration, combat, and story together. Outposts embody obscurity by standing as beacons of hostility, fortresses of illagers that challenge players to approach carefully, yet also tempt them with rewards hidden within their towers. Another fascinating structure is the ruined portal, scattered across both the overworld and the nether. These broken frames of obsidian hint at ancient attempts to link dimensions. Some ruined portals appear on the surface, while others rise from the ocean or sink into caves, giving each a unique character. Their obscurity lies in their variability. Each one generates with different blocks of crying obsidian, magma, netherrack, and even chest loot, ranging from golden tools to enchanted armor. They also often include gold blocks hidden within, waiting for observant players to collect them. Ruined portals provide lore as much as loot, suggesting a long history of travel between worlds. Their decayed state makes them feel aged, as though relics of forgotten explorers or civilizations. They embody obscurity by blending utility and atmosphere, offering treasure while raising questions about who built them and why they were left behind. Another obscure structure is the Bastion Remnant, massive fortresses in the nether built of black stone and housing piglins and piglin brutes. Bastions are highly dangerous but contain some of the best loot in the game, including ancient debris and pigstep, the rarest music disc. Their obscurity lies in their sheer variety. Bastions generate in multiple styles such as treasure rooms, bridges, and stables, each with unique layouts and rewards. Hidden among their chests are golden blocks and sometimes netherite scraps, making them essential for advanced players. Yet their defenders are relentless piglin brutes, in particular attack on sight, regardless of gold armor. Bastions feel alive, like functional societies of piglins who guard treasures jealously. Their broken walls and scattered designs suggest a history of collapse and conflict. Bastions embody obscurity by standing as both fortresses and ruins, mysteries of the nether that reward courage with riches and lore. Another rare structure is the buried treasure chest, the only natural source of the heart of the sea. Buried treasure is unique in that it does not appear visibly. Instead, players locate it using treasure maps found in shipwrecks or underwater ruins. Following the map's red X leads to a chest hidden under sand or gravel, often just below the shoreline. The obscurity lies in the chest's consistent loot, which always includes the heart of the sea, an item used to craft conduits. Conduits provide underwater breathing and mining speed, making ocean bases possible. These chests, also contain other valuable loot like diamonds, emeralds, and TNT. Because they are hidden, finding one feels like completing a true treasure hunt. Buried treasure embodies obscurity by tying exploration, cartography, and reward into one experience, blending the spirit of adventure with the satisfaction of discovery beneath the sands. Another obscure structure is the shipwreck, found beneath oceans or partially above water. These wooden remains appear in various states of decay, from nearly intact vessels to broken fragments scattered across the seabed. Their obscurity lies in their multiple chests, each with themed loot, one for supplies such as food and paper, one for treasure, like emeralds and diamonds, and one for maps leading to buried treasure. Shipwrecks often feel atmospheric, sunken ruins that hint at lost sailors and forgotten journeys. Some even generate with mossy or worn wood, emphasizing their age. They are also significant for being the only renewable way to obtain certain items, like suspicious stew from supply chests. Shipwrecks embody obscurity by offering more than resources. They suggest stories of voyages gone wrong, mysteries beneath the waves that reward players willing to dive into the depths and search. Another fascinating structure is the ancient city, introduced in the deep dark biome. These vast underground ruins are home to skulk blocks and the terrifying warden. Their obscurity lies in their atmosphere, dimly lit, echoing halls filled with loot chests, reinforced deep slate, and redstone contraptions that suggest an advanced lost civilization. Chests here contain rare items like enchanted golden apples, swift sneak enchantments, and disc fragments, rewards balanced against the immense danger of summoning the warden. The shriekers scattered through the city respond to sound, creating a stealth-based challenge unlike any other structure. The architecture includes ruined pillars, statues, and strange designs that feel purposeful yet mysterious. Ancient cities embody obscurity by blending lore and fear, turning exploration into a careful, silent experience where curiosity and survival balance on the edge of every sound. They are perhaps the most enigmatic structures in Minecraft's entire world. One structure many players overlook is the Jungle Temple, hidden deep within the thick foliage of jungle biomes. At first glance, it appears as a moss-covered stone ruin blending into the trees. Inside, however, lies one of Minecraft's earliest puzzles. A system of levers controls hidden pistons, which open a secret chamber containing treasure. Players who randomly flip the levers might stumble upon the solution, but those who pay attention can uncover the chest methodically. To make things more challenging, dispensers armed with arrows are hidden in the walls, ready to fire at anyone rushing through. The obscurity lies in how the temple combines traps, puzzles, and loot into a single compact structure. Few other naturally generated locations demand such a balance of wit and caution. Exploring one feels like venturing into an ancient ruin, designed to test adventurers bold enough to step inside. Another fascinating structure is the Desert Pyramid, also known as the Desert Temple, rising from the sands with its orange and sandstone towers. Many new players discover it accidentally, drawn by its striking appearance. Inside lies a central chamber with a blue terracotta block hiding a vertical drop into a secret treasure room. At the bottom sits a stone pressure plate, wired to TNT traps ready to obliterate both player and loot. This trap makes the temple one of the most dangerous yet rewarding structures in the game. Chests surrounding the plate contain golden apples, enchanted books, diamonds, and sometimes horse armor. Careless adventurers may lose everything, while cautious ones reap great rewards. The obscurity of the Desert Temple lies in its clever design. teaching players the importance of observation and patience. It remains one of the most iconic structures, blending danger with hidden riches beneath the desert Sunday. Another obscure structure is the swamp hut, also known as the witch hut, found in swamp biomes perched on wooden stilts above murky waters. These small, simple houses contain a crafting table, a cauldron, and occasionally a black cat. Their obscurity lies not in their contents, which are minimal, but in their functionality. Witches spawn here, making them hostile places for unprepared players. However, swamp huts are critical for creating witch farms, as they guarantee consistent spawns when lit and cleared properly. The presence of the black cat is also significant, as it is one of the few naturally spawning tamed-like mobs, always appearing alongside the hut. This gives the hut an eerie atmosphere, as though the witch and her feline companion live permanently in the swamp. Though small, swamp huts embody obscurity by combining simplicity with eerie uniqueness, quietly influencing both gameplay and atmosphere in Minecraft. Another structure worth exploring is the Woodland Mansion, a massive dark oak fortress that spawns rarely in roofed forest biomes. These sprawling buildings contain multiple rooms, ranging from libraries and dining halls to prisons and secret chambers. The obscurity of the Woodland Mansion lies in its unpredictable variety. Some mansions contain rooms with giant wool statues, hidden chests, or bizarre designs, such as rooms filled with cobwebs or vines. Inside dwell hostile illagers, including vindicators with axes and evokers capable of summoning vexes, making exploration dangerous but rewarding. Chests within may hold enchanted books, diamond armor, or even the Totem of Undying, an item unique to evokers. The sheer size and labyrinthine layout of mansions make them mysterious, like haunted houses filled with threats and treasures. They embody obscurity by blending grandeur, danger, and mystery, standing as one of the most ambitious structures in Minecraft's overworld. Another fascinating structure is the stronghold, hidden underground and essential for reaching the end dimension. Strongholds contain libraries with cobweb-covered bookshelves, corridors lined with stone bricks, and the all-important end portal room. Their obscurity lies in their method of discovery. Players must throw Eyes of Ender, which float toward the nearest stronghold before dropping or shattering. This mechanic makes the journey feel like a true quest. The end portal frame itself is unique, requiring Eyes of Ender to activate, sometimes already partially filled when found. Strongholds also contain fountains, prisons, and treasure rooms, making them diverse and unpredictable. Their lore-rich design suggests they were built by an advanced civilization long ago. Strongholds embody obscurity by combining essential gameplay progression with mystery, standing as gateways to the Ender Dragon and the conclusion of the Minecraft adventure. They remain among the most thrilling finds in the game's world. Another rare structure is the Ocean Monument, a colossal temple found beneath deep ocean biomes. Built from prismarine and glowing with sea lanterns, these monuments are home to guardians and elder guardians, making them perilous to approach. Their obscurity lies in their layout. Sprawling hallways, sponge rooms, and treasure chambers containing blocks of gold hidden beneath dark prismarine. Players exploring monuments must contend with mining fatigue inflicted by elder guardians, making excavation a slow and dangerous process. Ocean monuments are the only source of sponges in survival mode, valuable for clearing water when building. They also provide prismarine, a block family otherwise unobtainable. Conduits can be set up nearby to aid exploration, but even then, the Guardian's laser attacks make entry tense. Ocean monuments embody obscurity by offering rare rewards within a hostile underwater labyrinth, blending atmosphere and challenge in a unique aquatic structure. Another intriguing structure is the End City, found only after defeating the Ender Dragon and exploring beyond the Outer End Islands. These towering purple structures, built of purple blocks, are home to shulkers, hostile mobs that inflict levitation. Their obscurity lies in their vertical design, filled with ladders, parkour challenges, and loot-filled chests guarded by shulkers. Some End cities also include End ships floating nearby, which contain elytra, the only way to obtain wings for flight in survival mode. The treasure found here includes enchanted armor and weapons, often among the best in the game. End cities feel alien, their block palette and architecture unlike anything else in Minecraft. Their rarity adds to the mystery, as players may spend hours searching the void before discovering one. End cities embody obscurity by tying reward, challenge, and uniqueness into one of the most memorable structures in the entire game. Another structure that deserves attention is the Desert Well, one of the smallest and rarest natural features in the game. Built of sandstone blocks with a small pool of water in its center, the Desert Well does not contain any loot or hidden chambers, making many players dismiss it as useless. Yet its obscurity lies in its rarity and symbolism. It stands as a quiet marker in the middle of barren desert biomes, often serving as a waypoint or landmark for travelers. Some speculate that desert wells once had more purpose, perhaps tied to villages or temples, but today they remain a mysterious relic. Their practical use is limited, but stumbling upon one feels like finding a hidden oasis in a vast landscape of sand. Desert wells embody obscurity by being rare, simple, and strangely captivating, despite offering no direct rewards. Another fascinating structure is the Nether Fortress, massive red brick complexes stretching across the Nether's lava oceans. These fortresses are critical for progression as they house blaze spawners, netherwort farms, and chests filled with loot, such as saddles, diamonds, and gold ingots. Their obscurity lies in their sprawling design, bridges, towers, and corridors, weaving together like mazes. Players exploring a fortress risk constant attacks from blazes and wither skeletons, making every step tense. The blaze rods obtained here are essential for brewing and activating the end portal, making fortresses unavoidable milestones in survival gameplay. Yet, their size and variation mean that no two fortresses feel the same. Some stretch endlessly into lava lakes, while others rise from cliffs. Nether fortresses embody obscurity by blending danger, necessity, and discovery, standing as fiery strongholds that test bravery and patience in one of the game's most hostile environments. Another obscure structure is the End Gateway, a small floating bedrock frame with a portal block in its center, which appears after the Ender Dragon is defeated. At first, the gateway seems inaccessible, as its opening is only 1 block wide. However, by throwing an Ender Pearl into the portal, players can teleport to the outer islands of the End Dimension. These gateways are the only natural way to access End cities and End ships, which contain elytra and shulker loot. Their obscurity lies in their appearance and mechanics, floating high above the void, glowing with shimmering particles. They feel alien and mysterious. Additional gateways appear with each subsequent dragon defeat, making exploration easier over time. The End Gateway embodies obscurity by serving as both a reward for triumph and a doorway to further adventures, guiding players deeper into the mysteries of the End Dimension. Another structure worth exploring is the Fossil, found underground in desert and swamp biomes. Made of bone blocks, fossils are enormous skeletal shapes resembling skulls, spines, or rib cages. Their obscurity lies in their hidden placement, buried beneath sand or dirt, often unnoticed unless uncovered by mining. Fossils provide a significant supply of bone blocks, which can be crafted into large amounts of bone meal, valuable for farming. Some fossils also generate with coal ore within their structure, making them even more rewarding to excavate. Beyond their practical value, fossils suggest lore. Massive creatures once roamed the Minecraft world, their remains now buried beneath the earth. Few other structures evoke such a sense of prehistoric mystery. Fossils embody obscurity by being hidden, rare, and symbolic, serving as reminders that the world has a deeper history beyond what players see on the surface. Another structure that captures obscurity is the ruined house in snowy tundra villages. Unlike the neat, orderly homes in most villages, this house is broken down, missing walls or a roof, and covered in snow layers. Its obscurity lies in its storytelling potential. While other village houses are functional, with beds, crafting tables, and workstations, the ruined house stands as a relic of something lost. Perhaps it once sheltered villagers before being abandoned to the snow, or perhaps it represents natural decay in harsh climates. Though it provides little practical use, it adds depth and atmosphere to snowy villages, making them feel lived in and imperfect. The ruined house embodies obscurity by suggesting stories without telling them outright, showing that even within the cheerful bustle of villages, traces of struggle and loss quietly remain. Another intriguing structure is the underwater ruin, found scattered across ocean floors. Built from stone bricks, mossy variants, and sea lanterns, these ruins come in both small and large variants. Their obscurity lies in their variety. Some resemble single huts, while others appear as sprawling complexes. Chests hidden within contain treasure maps, enchanted fishing rods, and rare items, rewarding exploration. Drowned mobs often guard these ruins, adding danger to the dive. Some ruins appear in frozen oceans, partially encased in ice, giving them even more atmospheric weight. Their design suggests ancient civilizations that once thrived before sinking beneath the waves. Combined with shipwrecks and monuments, they add depth to ocean exploration, making seas feel alive with history. Underwater ruins embody obscurity by blending reward, danger, and atmosphere, offering glimpses of forgotten worlds beneath the ocean's shimmering surface. Another rare structure is the giant tree taiga's mossy boulder clusters. Unlike crafted buildings, these are natural formations of mossy cobblestone scattered among towering spruce trees. Their obscurity lies in their uniqueness. Mossy cobblestone cannot generate naturally in most other biomes, making these clusters a valuable source. They feel almost like remnants of ancient ruins, though they serve no direct function beyond their resources. Some players imagine them as markers of lost settlements, blending natural generation with hints of lore. While simple, these clusters add character to the giant tree taiga, making it feel distinct compared to other forested biomes. They embody obscurity by existing as subtle details that many players overlook, offering both resources and atmosphere to those who take the time to notice them. Even small structures like these remind players that Minecraft's world is full of hidden touches. Another curious structure is the village meeting point, marked by a bell often placed at the center of town. While it might seem like a simple decoration, the bell has a special role in village life. When rung, villagers nearby hurry into their homes, a behavior that becomes especially useful during raids. The obscurity lies in how this small object unites the entire settlement, symbolizing safety and community. Players can use the bell to locate hostile mobs during a raid, as ringing it highlights enemies with a glowing outline. Meeting points sometimes generate with flower beds or paths, making them feel like social centers of the village. Though unassuming, the bell's presence adds depth to the world, reflecting how even small structures can carry meaning. The meeting point embodies obscurity by being practical, symbolic, and quietly essential to the rhythms of village survival. Another fascinating structure is the ice spikes biome's towering frozen formations, often mistaken for natural terrain. These spires of packed ice and blue ice reach skyward in clusters, forming one of Minecraft's rarest landscapes. Their obscurity lies in their scarcity and utility. Blue ice is particularly valuable for creating fast ice roads, yet it is difficult to gather in large amounts. The spires themselves suggest a frozen, otherworldly environment, standing in stark contrast to the flat expanses of nearby snowy plains. Though they are not filled with loot or mobs, their beauty makes them a structure worth visiting. Players who stumble upon an ice spikes biome often pause to admire its alien shapes. These formations embody obscurity by being both practical and aesthetic, showcasing Minecraft's ability to generate worlds that feel vast, unique, and full of natural wonder waiting to be explored. Another overlooked structure is the small desert village well, separate from the larger desert well that spawns in isolation. This version appears within villages, often serving as the center of the settlement. Its obscurity lies in its subtle difference. It is functional for villagers who gather around it during their daily routines, but rarely noticed by players beyond its aesthetic. These wells give desert villages a sense of life, as though the inhabitants truly depend on their water source. Sometimes, villagers even fall into the well, adding humor to the game. While it offers no loot, the desert village well symbolizes survival in harsh biomes where water is precious. Its quiet presence enriches village design, tying the settlement to the environment. This humble well embodies obscurity by existing as a small but meaningful reminder of how even the simplest details contribute to Minecraft's immersive atmosphere. Another rare structure is the snowy igloo basement's laboratory, hidden beneath certain igloos. While the igloo itself is modest, this underground room tells a story. Inside, two villagers are separated by iron bars, one infected as a zombie, the other still human. Alongside them sits a brewing stand, a golden apple, and a splash potion of weakness. The obscurity lies in its implicit lesson. Players are shown the mechanics for curing zombie villagers without any explicit instructions. It is as though the game gently guides players to discover this secret process through curiosity and experimentation. The design feels almost narrative, suggesting that someone before the player was already studying the infection. The igloo laboratory embodies obscurity by being both a hidden tutorial and a piece of environmental storytelling, making it one of the most memorable small structures for those lucky enough to uncover it. Another interesting structure is the Savannah Village's abandoned well and acacia-based architecture. Unlike plains or desert villages, Savannah settlements feature unique orange-tinted wood, creating a warmer palette that blends with their grassy landscape. Their obscurity lies in their design differences, which go beyond color. Some Savannah villages generate unevenly, with houses perched on hillsides or half buried in the ground. This irregularity makes them feel rustic and less polished than other villages, as though adapted to the land. Wells here sometimes appear without water, reflecting the dryness of the biome. These villages highlight how Minecraft tailors settlements to their environment, adding subtle variety across biomes. Savannah villages embody obscurity by being familiar yet distinct, showing that even repeated structures can surprise players with small but meaningful variations. They enrich exploration by making each discovery of a village feel unique to its biome's character. Another obscure structure is the basalt delta remnants, found in the Nether's chaotic volcanic biome. Scattered pieces of black stone, basalt, and magma blocks appear as if remnants of crumbled fortresses or ancient eruptions. Their obscurity lies in their ambiguous nature. They are not functional, nor do they contain loot, yet they add to the atmosphere of the biome. These remnants create a sense of history, as though violent geological activity reshaped the land long ago. Navigating basalt deltas is already perilous, with constant lava flows and magma cubes hopping among the debris. The presence of these remnants amplifies the danger while also sparking curiosity. Are they ruins or simply random formations? Their uncertain origin makes them memorable. Basalt delta remnants embody obscurity by blending environmental storytelling with harsh survival challenges, showing how even fragmented structures can enrich the game's atmosphere with mystery and tension. Another intriguing structure is the Plains Village's animal pens, small fenced areas containing pigs, sheep, or cows. Though modest, these pens reflect the agricultural lifestyle of villagers and their relationship with the land. Their obscurity lies in their functionality for both villagers and players. For villagers, they provide a visual sense of livelihood. For players, they offer an easy start to animal farming, saving time otherwise spent corralling livestock. The pens sometimes generate with water troughs or feeding stations, adding charm to their design. While not as exciting as temples or fortresses, animal pens quietly enrich villages, reminding players that settlements are more than just houses and workstations. These pens embody obscurity by being simple yet meaningful, small touches that make villages feel alive. They serve as reminders that even minor structures have value in creating the immersive worlds players spend hours exploring. Another structure that feels hidden in plain sight is the Plains Village Library, a cozy building filled with bookshelves and a lectern. While players might see it as just another villager house, its obscurity lies in its subtle purpose. The library is the workplace for librarian villagers who can trade enchanted books, name tags, and other valuable items. These trades often become critical for late-game progression, yet the building itself looks humble. Inside, cobblestone walls and wooden floors frame rows of books, giving the sense that knowledge is stored here, even if villagers themselves cannot read. The library embodies obscurity by being modest on the surface yet deeply impactful in how it shapes gameplay. It reminds players that not all rewards come from chests or hidden traps. Sometimes they come from interactions with the quiet librarians working behind their lecterns. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Church, also known as the Cleric's House, which often includes a brewing stand. Its obscurity lies in how it quietly introduces players to brewing, one of the more complex mechanics in Minecraft. Before players even visit a nether fortress to obtain blaze rods, they can see the brewing stand here, suggesting its importance. Clerics who work inside offer trades for ender pearls, bottles of enchanting, and other useful items, linking directly to both exploration and progression. Architecturally, the church is taller than most village buildings, often resembling a stone tower with a single ladder leading up. Its distinct design makes it stand out in any village skyline. The church embodies obscurity by blending aesthetic, function, and gameplay progression, acting as both a symbolic and practical structure in the world of Minecraft villages. Another overlooked structure is the Plains Village Blacksmith, sometimes called the Armorer's or Toolsmith's House. These small stone buildings contain furnaces, a lava pool, and most importantly, a chest with random loot. This chest can include iron armor, obsidian, diamonds, and even enchanted tools, making the blacksmith one of the most rewarding village structures for early game players. Its obscurity lies in the random nature of its contents, sometimes empty, sometimes filled with game-changing items. The blacksmith also introduces villagers with useful professions, capable of trading armor or weapons as players advance. Architecturally, the building is sturdy, with stone bricks and lava lighting giving it a unique look compared to wooden houses. The blacksmith embodies obscurity by being both practical and rewarding, blending visual distinctiveness with gameplay value, ensuring that players always feel a little thrill when they spot one in a village. Another curious structure is the Plains Village Butcher's Shop, recognizable by its smoker and open design. Though smaller than other village buildings, its obscurity lies in its role within the villager economy. Butchers trade food items such as cooked meats, which can be helpful in sustaining long journeys. The building itself often features pens or chopping areas, giving it a rustic feel that ties into the agricultural nature of villages. While its chest loot is non-existent, its function as a villager profession block makes it quietly important. The design also reflects the broader variety of Minecraft's villages, each profession represented by its own specialized home, contributing to the realism of village life. The butcher's shop embodies obscurity by being modest yet meaningful, showing how even the smallest buildings contribute to the immersive tapestry of Minecraft's world. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Farm, often overlooked but vital to the ecosystem of the settlement. These farms generate with a mix of crops such as wheat, potatoes, beetroots, or carrots, planted in neat rows with water trenches running through them. Their obscurity lies in how they directly sustain the villagers, who harvest and replant crops during their daily routines. For players, village farms provide a quick source of food early in the game, and their design offers inspiration for player-made farms. The simplicity of their layout hides their importance. Without these farms, villagers could not maintain their simulated survival. Farms embody obscurity by blending function and atmosphere, reminding players that villages are more than collections of houses. They are living, working communities shaped by the land around them. Their modest design quietly demonstrates Minecraft's balance of practicality and charm. Another structure worth noticing is the Plains Village Cartographer's House, identifiable by its cartography table inside. Its obscurity lies in the potential it unlocks, as cartographer villagers offer maps leading to woodland mansions and ocean monument structures that can otherwise be difficult to locate. The house itself is unassuming, usually a small wooden building with simple furniture, yet within its walls, players can begin quests to discover some of Minecraft's rarest and most rewarding structures. The presence of the cartography table also introduces players to new mechanics, showing how maps can be copied and expanded. Though not as dramatic as temples or fortresses, the cartographer's house embodies obscurity by being a doorway to grand adventures, demonstrating how even the humblest buildings can spark journeys across biomes and oceans. It is a quiet but powerful reminder of the hidden depth within village life. Another intriguing structure is the Plains Village Tannery, distinguished by its cauldron and leatherworker villager. Its obscurity lies in the simplicity of its design, paired with its functional role in villager professions. Leatherworkers trade saddles, leather armor, and even horse-related goods, making them useful for players who want to explore on horseback. The tannery itself often includes small decorative details such as animal hides or open layouts that feel rustic and utilitarian. While it may not contain chests or traps, the tannery adds to the realism of village economies, representing how villagers create and maintain tools for travel. The tannery embodies obscurity by showing how small, profession-based structures enrich the variety of villages, reminding players that every building contributes to the illusion of a living world. Its modest purpose hides its significance in helping players prepare for journeys across the Minecraft landscape. Another structure that quietly enriches the game is the Plains Village Shepherd's House, which is paired with the loom as its workstation. The building itself is simple, often with brightly colored beds and wool decorations, but its obscurity lies in the villager profession it supports. Shepherd villagers trade dyes, wool, and banners, offering decorative possibilities that many players overlook. The house reflects creativity rather than survival, showing that not every villager structure is about combat or resources. Its bright interiors contrast with the muted tones of other village houses, giving it a cheerful quality. The Shepherd's House embodies obscurity by highlighting Minecraft's quieter, artistic side, reminding players that the world is not only about fighting mobs or gathering loot, but also about expression and creativity, stitched together through the colors of wool and patterns of banners. Another interesting structure is the Plains Village Fisher's Cottage, often located near water with a barrel as its defining feature. These small homes are cozy, with minimal decoration but functional purpose. The obscurity lies in how they connect players to fishing, one of Minecraft's often overlooked activities. Fisher villagers trade fish, campfires, and occasionally boats, supporting exploration by sea or river. The barrel as a workstation is also practical, allowing players to store items compactly. Though the fisher's cottage may not contain treasure, it feels atmospheric, tying the village to its surrounding environment. The building suggests a life of quiet patience, echoing the calm of casting a line into still waters. The fisher's cottage embodies obscurity by enriching the tapestry of village life, making settlements feel connected to their landscapes and offering both utility and charm in a modest, waterside dwelling. Another obscure structure is the Plains Village Fletcher's Hut, marked by a fletching table, though the table itself currently serves no function beyond villager trades. This hut's obscurity lies in its future potential as much as its present use. Fletcher villagers provide arrows, bows, and even tipped arrows, supporting combat and exploration. The building itself is modest, sometimes containing target blocks or archery-like designs. While players may initially overlook the hut due to the limited utility of the fletching table, the trades offered can be highly valuable, especially when emeralds are exchanged for arrows in large quantities. The hut embodies obscurity by blending practicality with unrealized possibility, hinting at mechanics that may be expanded in the future. It demonstrates how even minor structures contribute to the larger ecosystem of villages, filling in roles that make settlements feel both diverse and interconnected. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Mason's House, where a stonecutter acts as the workstation. These homes are often sturdier than wooden ones, using cobblestone in their construction. The obscurity lies in how they introduce players to the stonecutter, a block that allows precise crafting of stone items without waste. This mechanic often goes unnoticed by new players, who may not realize its efficiency compared to crafting tables. Mason villagers trade bricks, stone, and decorative blocks, adding to the aesthetic dimension of Minecraft builds. The Mason's house reflects functionality and craftsmanship, connecting the village to its environment by transforming raw stone into usable material. It embodies obscurity by showcasing how even small, profession-based buildings can expand gameplay possibilities, reminding players that structures are not just places to loot or hide, but also stepping stones to mastery of the game's mechanics. Another often overlooked structure is the Plains Village Armorer's Workshop, which features a blast furnace as its workstation. These buildings are compact but important, with the blast furnace offering faster smelting of ores than a regular furnace. The obscurity lies in how the workshop doubles as a resource for players and a place to meet the armorer villager, who trades iron and diamond armor. The workshop's design, with its stone foundation and utilitarian look, emphasizes durability and strength. Players who stumble across one early in survival may gain access to advanced armor sooner than expected. Though not as grand as temples or fortresses, the armorer's workshop embodies obscurity by combining practicality and progression in a subtle package. It represents how villages can equip players for their adventures, even if the building itself appears humble from the outside. Another curious structure is the Plains Village weaponsmith's house, identifiable by the grindstone within. Its obscurity lies in how it introduces the grindstone's functionality, allowing players to repair and disenchant items. Weaponsmith villagers offer trades for swords, axes, and enchanted gear, making them valuable allies. The house itself is compact, often with cobblestone elements and a sense of ruggedness fitting for its purpose. While it lacks loot chests, the building enriches the village by representing the craft of weapon making, a vital trade in a world filled with hostile mobs. The weaponsmith's house embodies obscurity by emphasizing the link between villagers and survival mechanics, showing that even the smallest homes have importance. Its presence highlights how villages are not merely decorative, they are interactive hubs, each structure offering new paths toward progress and discovery. Another structure worth mentioning is the Plains Village toolsmith's house, home to the smithing table. This building's obscurity lies in the role of its workstation. The smithing table currently allows players to upgrade diamond gear to netherite, making it essential for late-game survival. Toolsmith villagers themselves trade useful items like pickaxes and shovels, often with helpful enchantments. Architecturally, the house is functional and plain, but its role in unlocking one of the game's most powerful upgrades makes it stand out. The toolsmith's house embodies obscurity by appearing unremarkable yet holding enormous importance for players who reach the nether and begin gathering ancient debris. It represents the contrast between appearance and function, a recurring theme in Minecraft structures, where the humblest building can hold the key to immense power. Another curious structure is the Plains Village Cleric's Brewing Tower, taller than many other village houses. Its obscurity lies in how it connects players to alchemy. The brewing stand inside hints at the deeper mechanics of potion making, even before players acquire blaze rods from the nether. Cleric villagers trade ender pearls, redstone, and bottles of enchanting, quietly pushing players toward progression. The building itself, often made of cobblestone with a narrow staircase, feels more vertical than other village homes, giving it a distinct silhouette. It may not contain hidden treasure, but its atmosphere suggests knowledge and mystery. The brewing tower embodies obscurity by offering subtle guidance and resources, showing that villages contain more than shelter, and farms they carry pathways into deeper mechanics, hidden in plain sight within their architecture. It is both functional and symbolic, bridging early survival with advanced magical systems in Minecraft. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Tannery, recognizable by the cauldron inside. While simple in design, it embodies the role of leatherworking in the villager economy. Leatherworker villagers trade saddles, leather armor, and horse gear, items that can be critical early on for players seeking to tame and explore on horseback. The obscurity lies in how the tannery connects villages to travel, while other buildings focus on farming or tools. This one prepares players for journeys across landscapes. Its design is utilitarian, with small details such as open work areas or water sources that add charm. Though modest, the tannery feels like a necessary piece in the village puzzle, representing a craft vital for exploration. It embodies obscurity by blending function with atmosphere, reminding players that even humble, everyday trades can shape the rhythm of Minecraft's sprawling, procedurally generated world. Another overlooked structure is the Plains Village cartographer's small home, centered around the cartography table. At first glance, it seems like a simple addition, but its obscurity lies in the opportunities it unlocks. Cartographer villagers trade maps leading to woodland mansions and ocean monuments, guiding players toward rare and dangerous structures. The building itself is plain, but its purpose feels expansive, offering quests that extend far beyond the village borders. Its single workstation connects the comfort of home to the excitement of adventure. Many players overlook cartographers, yet their role can save hours of searching across massive biomes. The cartographer's home embodies obscurity by being unassuming yet profoundly influential, acting as a gateway to Minecraft's rarest and most rewarding challenges. It shows how a simple wooden house can hold the key to sprawling expeditions, hidden quietly within the heart of an ordinary plains village. Another intriguing structure is the Plains Village farmer's house, which may include composters and small gardens around it. Farmers play a central role in village life, planting and harvesting crops to sustain their community. The obscurity lies in how the house ties directly to villager routines, making villages feel alive and functional. Farmers offer trades for bread, golden carrots, and other valuable food items, supporting both villagers and players alike. Architecturally, the houses are simple and rustic, blending seamlessly with the fields they oversee. They often sit near paths lined with tilled soil, adding to the sense of a working settlement. The farmer's house embodies obscurity by grounding Minecraft's villages in everyday survival. While not dramatic like temples or fortresses, it enriches the immersive atmosphere, showing how even the smallest details help create worlds that feel organic, balanced, and quietly magical to explore. Another structure that deserves mention is the Plains Village leatherworker's hut, which often contains water-filled cauldrons, dyed with different colors. Its obscurity lies in its playful details. Dyed water hints at experimentation, as though the villagers themselves dabble in colors and creativity. Leatherworkers provide trades for saddles and dyed leather armor, offering aesthetic options as well as practical travel gear. The hut itself is modest, usually made of wood and cobblestone, but its cauldron sets it apart from other homes. It symbolizes variety within villages, reminding players that no two settlements are entirely the same. The leatherworker's hut embodies obscurity by blending functionality with small touches of personality, demonstrating how even tiny structures can tell stories. Its presence makes villages feel diverse and characterful, enriching the overall tapestry of Minecraft life with subtle nods to creativity and craft hidden among survival necessities. Another obscure structure is the Plains Village stonemason's home, where the stonecutter workstation is found. The stonecutter allows precise crafting of stone materials, reducing waste compared to crafting tables. Its obscurity lies in how many players initially overlook this efficiency, not realizing its value until much later in their gameplay. Stonemason villagers trade polished stone, bricks, and other decorative blocks, connecting survival mechanics to creative building possibilities. Architecturally, the home is simple, often sturdier than others, reflecting its association with stonework. While the house may not contain treasure, its workstation quietly improves crafting efficiency, rewarding those who notice it. The stonemason's home embodies obscurity by being both modest and impactful, reminding players that some of Minecraft's most useful mechanics are hidden in plain sight, waiting to be appreciated by curious explorers who take the time to notice every detail of village life. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Weaponsmith's compact building, marked by the grindstone inside. Its obscurity lies in how it links gameplay progression with villager trades. Weaponsmith villagers offer enchanted axes, swords, and tools, essential for survival in hostile environments. The grindstone itself introduces the mechanic of disenchanting items, allowing players to recycle gear while gaining experience points. The building's small, rugged appearance fits its function, emphasizing practicality over decoration. Though it may not stand out architecturally, its role in shaping player equipment makes it a crucial part of village life. The weaponsmith's home embodies obscurity by hiding powerful progression within a modest setting, showing how even small, plain structures can transform a player's journey. It is a reminder that in Minecraft, the simplest places often hold the tools and opportunities that shape the rest of an adventure, quietly powerful beneath their humble design. Another curious structure is the Plains Village toolsmith's house, marked by the smithing table inside. While the building is plain, its obscurity lies in the workstation's importance. The smithing table is the only block that allows players to upgrade diamond tools and armor into netherite, the strongest material in the game. Toolsmith villagers also provide enchanted pickaxes, shovels, and axes through trades, helping players obtain valuable gear more easily. Architecturally, the house is modest, often featuring simple wood and cobblestone designs. What makes it obscure is the contrast between its humble appearance and its potential for power. A plain little hut holds the key to endgame progression, showing how even the smallest structures can hide great significance. The toolsmith's house embodies obscurity by tying survival basics to late-game advancement, a subtle reminder that appearances can be deceiving in Minecraft's vast, blocky world. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Armorer's Workshop, often built with stone elements and a blast furnace inside. The obscurity lies in the blast furnace's dual role. It provides villagers with their profession, while also allowing players to smelt ores at twice the speed of a regular furnace. Armorer villagers trade armor ranging from iron sets to enchanted diamond gear, offering players valuable protection. While the workshop itself is small and unassuming, it symbolizes craftsmanship and durability, standing as a functional cornerstone of village life. Its design emphasizes practicality, fitting its role within the settlement. The Armorer's Workshop embodies obscurity by being both a workplace and a resource for players, quietly reminding adventurers that even modest structures can provide both survival advantages and immersive atmosphere. It is another example of Minecraft's design philosophy. Even the smallest details can carry lasting importance. Another overlooked structure is the Plains Village Fletcher's hut, recognizable by the fletching table inside. The table currently has little functionality for players outside of villager trades, but its obscurity lies in the villager's role. Fletchers provide arrows, bows, and crossbows, helping adventurers arm themselves for battles against hostile mobs. The hut itself is usually small, built from simple wood and cobblestone, with few decorative details. While it may not contain treasure, it contributes to the realism of village life by representing an essential craft. Its understated presence demonstrates how villages are designed as miniature societies, each profession tied to a building. The Fletcher's hut embodies obscurity by being modest, yet quietly essential, a reminder that not all structures need grandeur to be important. Even the smallest huts hold a place in Minecraft's world, providing both atmosphere and functionality to settlements scattered across the overworld. Another structure worth noting is the Plains Village Butcher's Shop, often featuring a smoker as its workstation. The shop may include pens for animals nearby, emphasizing its role in food production. Butcher villagers trade cooked meat and other food items, helping players sustain themselves during long adventures. Its obscurity lies in how it connects survival basics to village life, providing a renewable source of food through both farming and trading. Architecturally, the butcher's shop feels rustic, reflecting the agricultural focus of Plains villages. While not as dramatic as temples or fortresses, it enriches villages by adding character and variety. The butcher's shop embodies obscurity by being simple but practical, a building that blends functionality with immersive storytelling, showing how everyday details contribute to the larger tapestry of village design. It reminds players that survival is not only about treasures but also about the basics that sustain life. Another intriguing structure is the Plains Village Farmers' Fields, open areas with rows of tilled soil and water-filled trenches. These farms provide wheat, carrots, potatoes, or beetroots, sustaining villagers and offering resources to players. The obscurity lies in how these fields are managed. Villagers actively plant, harvest, and replant crops, giving villages a sense of life and rhythm. Farms are often overlooked because they lack treasure, yet they are one of the most vital parts of village survival. They provide renewable food and showcase how villagers interact with their environment. Architecturally, the fields are humble, sometimes enclosed by fences or bordered by paths, but their simplicity reflects authenticity. The farmers' fields embody obscurity by being functional yet atmospheric, enriching the world with quiet details. They are reminders that Minecraft is not only about adventure but also about the gentle cycles of daily survival. Another obscure structure is the Plains Village Tannery, recognizable by its cauldron, sometimes filled with water or dye. Its obscurity lies in its ties to leatherworking and mobility, as leatherworkers provide saddles and leather armor through trades. The tannery often has a rustic open design, with wooden frames and cobblestone accents. Though small, it contributes to the village's diversity, representing yet another craft that shapes survival. For players, it is a resourceful stop. Cauldrons can be used to collect rainwater, hold potions, or store dyed water for leather armor customization. While many may walk past it without thought, the tannery embodies obscurity by offering quiet utility and atmosphere, enriching the player's experience in subtle ways. It demonstrates how Minecraft's design layers meaning into even the humblest structures, rewarding curiosity and appreciation for details hidden among the everyday. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Cartographer's Hut, centered on the cartography table. Though visually plain, this hut carries great significance. Cartographer villagers offer maps leading to woodland mansions and ocean monuments, guiding players to some of the rarest and most dangerous structures in the game. The obscurity lies in how a small, overlooked house can open the door to epic quests across biomes and oceans. Architecturally, the hut is modest, usually consisting of simple wood and cobblestone, but its role makes it one of the most influential buildings in a village. Without it, players might wander endlessly, searching for rare structures, but with it, they gain a path forward. The cartographer's hut embodies obscurity by being unremarkable in appearance, yet rich in function, reminding players that some of the greatest journeys begin in the smallest of places, tucked quietly inside a village. Another small yet valuable structure is the Plains Village Library, identifiable by its lectern inside. The obscurity of this building lies in its dual role. It is both a decorative space filled with bookshelves and a home for librarian villagers who provide some of the most useful trades in the game. Librarians can offer enchanted books, ranging from basic enchantments to rare ones like mending, which can transform tools and armor into endlessly usable items. The lectern itself also has a secondary function, allowing players to place and read written books. Architecturally, the library often feels inviting, with a balance of stone, wood, and glass that resembles a quaint reading nook. Though modest in size, it carries immense influence, quietly connecting the scholarly traditions of villagers with practical survival benefits. The Plains Village Library is a reminder that even simple structures can hold great wisdom. Another overlooked structure is the Plains Village Church, also called the Temple, typically featuring a tall stone tower with windows and a brewing stand inside. Its obscurity lies in its symbolic and practical value. The brewing stand provides a foundation for potion making, though villagers themselves do not use it. Cleric villagers who inhabit these buildings trade rare items like ender pearls and redstone dust, making them crucial for players advancing toward the end. Architecturally, the church stands taller than most village buildings, giving it a sense of importance and presence in the settlement. Its design often inspires curiosity, with narrow stairs leading upward and views of the surrounding village. Though it lacks treasure chests or dramatic loot, the church embodies obscurity by blending atmosphere with subtle utility, serving as both a landmark and a functional resource. It is a quiet but meaningful part of the Minecraft world. Another structure with understated charm is the Plains Village Shepherd's House, which includes a loom inside. While the loom itself is not as widely used as furnaces or crafting tables, it allows players to create banners with customizable patterns. Shepherd villagers also trade wool and dyes, connecting players with decorative resources rather than survival essentials. This obscurity gives the shepherd's house a unique role. It is not about power or treasure, but about creativity and expression. Architecturally, the house is modest, often decorated with wool blocks that hint at its purpose. For players who enjoy building and designing, this structure becomes a hidden gem, quietly enriching the game with creative opportunities. Though often overlooked, the shepherd's house reminds players that survival is not the only goal in Minecraft. Beauty, decoration, and imagination also have a place in the blocky world. Its obscurity lies in this artistic contribution. Another modest but intriguing structure is the Plains Village Mason's House, marked by a stone cutter inside. This workstation allows players to craft stone blocks with precision, reducing waste compared to a crafting table. Mason villagers, also known as stone masons, trade polished stone variants, bricks, and terracotta, giving players access to decorative building materials. The obscurity of the mason's house comes from how it connects utility and aesthetics. Architecturally, the house may incorporate more stone than other huts, subtly signaling its purpose. While it may not be as exciting as temples or dungeons, the mason's house plays a quiet role in broadening the creative palette of players. It embodies obscurity by focusing not on survival or power, but on building, enriching Minecraft's world through subtle contributions. It reminds adventurers that progress can also mean expanding the possibilities of design and style in their structures. Another often overlooked structure is the Plains Village Fisherman's Hut, which includes a barrel as its workstation. The barrel doubles as both a villager job site block and a storage container for players, functioning like a chest but with a unique appearance. Fishermen villagers offer trades for cooked fish, buckets of fish, and campfires, creating subtle ties to water-based survival. Architecturally, the hut is usually simple, sometimes placed near rivers or ponds to reflect its role in the village. Its obscurity lies in how it blends into the environment, often mistaken for a generic house until players notice the barrel inside. While small, it adds variety to the settlement, representing another aspect of village life. The fisherman's hut reminds players that villages are designed as complete societies, where each building plays a role. Though modest, its charm lies in its quiet realism and understated functionality. Another fascinating structure is the Plains Village Well, found at the center of most villages. Made of cobblestone and water, the well serves no direct purpose for players beyond being a source of water, but its obscurity lies in its symbolism. It acts as the heart of the village, around which pathways and houses are arranged. In some cases, wells can even contain secrets, as breaking through the bottom might lead to cave systems or abandoned mine shafts hidden beneath. Architecturally, the well is simple, with a roofed frame and stone base, but it creates a sense of community and realism. Though often ignored, the well embodies obscurity by grounding villages in a believable design, reminding players of how water sources are essential for settlements. It is not about treasure or resources, but about atmosphere and storytelling. The village well is a subtle yet powerful piece of Minecraft's world building. Another humble but meaningful structure is the Plains Village Animal Pen, a fenced area often containing pigs, sheep, cows, or chickens. Its obscurity lies in how it blurs the line between natural gameplay and designed structures. While players can build pens themselves, the pre-generated pens make villages feel alive and functional, as though villagers genuinely care for livestock. These pens provide renewable sources of food, wool, and leather, tying them to survival. Architecturally, they are as simple as possible fences surrounding grass, with a gate for access. Yet their value is immense for players just starting their world, as they provide easy access to animals without searching far and wide. The animal pen embodies obscurity by being humble yet practical, a feature that enriches village life. It shows how even the simplest structures add depth and immersion, creating worlds that feel organic and self-sustaining. Another overlooked structure is the desert well, a rare sandstone formation found in deserts. These wells are small and square, built from sandstone blocks with water in the center. Their obscurity lies in their lack of obvious purpose. Unlike villages or temples, they contain no loot or villagers, existing as mysterious landmarks scattered across sandy biomes. Some players speculate they were meant as navigational markers, while others see them as relics of desert life, perhaps remnants of past civilizations. Though they serve no direct gameplay function beyond providing water, they add a sense of depth and curiosity to the world. Architecturally, their design is simple yet symmetrical, making them stand out in the barren landscape. Desert wells embody obscurity by being both functional and enigmatic, leaving players to wonder about their origins. They are reminders that not every structure needs rewards to inspire intrigue. Another fascinating structure is the swamp hut, also known as the witch hut, found in swamp biomes. These wooden huts stand on stilts above the murky ground, often accompanied by a black cat inside. The obscurity lies in how they serve as homes for witches, hostile villagers who use potions in combat. Witch huts are also essential for creating witch farms, which provide redstone, glowstone, and other potion-related drops. Architecturally, the huts are modest, made of oak wood and spruce with a crafting table and cauldron inside. While they appear unremarkable, their connection to witches gives them an eerie charm. Players often overlook them as minor annoyances, but they hold potential for creative farming systems and immersive storytelling. The swamp hut embodies obscurity by blending simplicity with danger, turning an otherwise quiet biome into a place filled with mystery and caution. Another curious structure is the igloo, found in snowy taiga and snowy tundra biomes. At first glance, igloos appear to be simple snow shelters with a bed, furnace, and crafting table inside. However, their obscurity lies in the chance of containing a hidden basement beneath a carpet. This secret chamber features a brewing stand, a chest with golden apples, and two villagers, one normal and one zombie villager, locked behind iron bars. The setup demonstrates the process of curing zombie villagers, subtly teaching players a mechanic without explicit instruction. Architecturally, the igloo is compact and charming, fitting naturally into snowy landscapes. Its hidden basement makes it one of the most fascinating structures in Minecraft, combining mystery, education, and atmosphere. Though small, the igloo embodies obscurity by offering lessons through design, rewarding players who explore carefully and look beyond the surface of simple structures. Another obscure structure is the Jungle Temple, a mossy stone building hidden among the dense jungle foliage. The obscurity lies in its interior, a trap-filled corridor with tripwires connected to dispensers that fire arrows, alongside a hidden puzzle involving levers. Solving the puzzle reveals a chest containing treasure, rewarding observant players. Architecturally, the Jungle Temple is one of the few structures that incorporate booby traps, giving it an Indiana Jones-like atmosphere. While not as grand as strongholds, it provides unique gameplay challenges and loot opportunities. Many players overlook jungle temples due to the rarity of jungle biomes, but their blend of mystery and danger makes them memorable. The Jungle Temple embodies obscurity by combining exploration with problem-solving, showing how Minecraft weaves gameplay mechanics into its world through hidden designs. They remain one of the most atmospheric structures in the game. Another fascinating structure is the Woodland Mansion, one of the rarest and largest structures in the game, found only in dark forests far from spawn. Its obscurity lies in both its rarity and its scale. The mansion is filled with illagers, including Vindicators and Evokers, who wield powerful attacks and drop valuable items like totems of undying. Architecturally, the mansion is enormous, with multiple floors and dozens of rooms, some of which are oddly designed, featuring statues, meeting halls, or even farms inside. This unpredictability makes each mansion feel unique. Players often require Woodland Explorer maps from cartographers to find them, emphasizing their rarity. The Woodland Mansion embodies obscurity by being both terrifying and rewarding, offering adventure on a scale unmatched by most structures. Its mix of danger, treasure, and mystery makes it one of Minecraft's most unforgettable landmarks. Another obscure structure is the Pillager Outpost, often towering above plains, deserts, or savannas. These outposts are made of dark oak logs and stone, housing hostile pillagers armed with crossbows. Their obscurity lies in how they serve both as hazards and opportunities. Defeating pillagers here can give players access to crossbows and banners, while the area also contains cages, sometimes holding iron golems or allays in newer versions. Architecturally, the outpost resembles a watchtower built for surveillance and dominance. While smaller than woodland mansions, they carry great importance, as defeating a pillager captain grants the bad omen effect, which can trigger raids when entering a village. The pillager outpost embodies obscurity by blending architecture with gameplay consequences, turning a simple tower into a hub of danger and strategy. Its looming presence adds tension to the landscape, making every encounter memorable. Another structure worth noting is the ruined portal, found scattered across the overworld and even in the nether. These partially collapsed obsidian frames are surrounded by netherrack, magma blocks, and sometimes gold blocks. Their obscurity lies in their role as bridges between worlds, hinting at ancient attempts to travel between dimensions. Each ruined portal is unique in size and shape, making them feel like relics from forgotten civilizations. They also contain chests with loot, often including flint and steel or enchanted items that help players rebuild the portal. Architecturally, they evoke mystery, with their broken design suggesting stories untold. The ruined portal embodies obscurity by combining lore with gameplay, providing players with resources and inspiration for exploration. They are reminders of Minecraft's mythic atmosphere, where even broken structures whisper of history and connections across dimensions, sparking imagination in those who find them. Another fascinating structure is the Bastion Remnant, a sprawling fortress found in the Nether. These massive structures are built primarily of blackstone and house piglins, piglin brutes, and hoglins. The obscurity of bastions lies in their chaotic layouts, which vary between bridge, housing, stables, and treasure room types. Each type offers different loot, ranging from gold blocks to enchanted diamond gear and netherite scraps. Architecturally, bastions feel imposing, with towering halls, twisting passages, and pools of lava cutting through them. They stand as symbols of piglin society, chaotic yet purposeful. Their obscurity comes from the mix of immense danger and rare rewards, creating a balance of risk and treasure unlike any other structure. Bastion remnants embody the mystery and unpredictability of the Nether, where every step may bring fortune or doom. They remind players that even in the harshest biomes, history and danger go hand in hand. Another structure of great interest is the Nether Fortress, one of the oldest generated structures in the game, made of dark nether bricks. These sprawling complexes stretch across lava lakes with bridges, corridors, and towers. Their obscurity lies in their vital role for progression. Without them, players cannot find blaze rods, essential for brewing potions and locating strongholds. Nether fortresses also contain wither skeletons, whose rare skull drops allow players to summon the wither boss. Architecturally, the fortress feels imposing, blending Gothic inspiration with endless dark hallways. Loot chests may include saddles, horse armor, or rare items, rewarding exploration. While many players dread their difficulty, Nether fortresses stand as iconic features of Minecraft, essential yet menacing. They embody obscurity by blending utility, danger, and atmosphere, creating environments that feel ancient and mysterious. Every fortress found feels like stepping into a place of legend hidden within the fiery Nether. Another curious structure is the End City, towering in the distant end dimension. These grand purple buildings are made of purple blocks and end stone bricks, their towers twisting upward into strange spires. Their obscurity lies in their remoteness. Players must first defeat the Ender Dragon and then travel through end gateways to find them. Inside, shulkers guard treasure rooms, dropping shulker shells used to craft shulker boxes, one of the most valuable storage items in the game. End cities also hide the legendary elytra within item frames on ships that sometimes spawn nearby. Architecturally, the End City feels alien, with levitating staircases, floating bridges, and peculiar patterns that defy logic. Their obscurity is heightened by their rarity and distance, rewarding only the most persistent explorers. End cities embody the final frontier of Minecraft, where risk and reward converge in surreal structures that feel both ancient and otherworldly. Another structure rich in mystery is the Ocean Monument, an enormous underwater fortress made of prismarine and sea lanterns. Found deep in the ocean, these monuments are guarded by guardians and elder guardians, making them some of the most dangerous structures to explore. Their obscurity lies in their hidden treasure rooms, often containing gold blocks buried within dark chambers. Sponges, rare blocks useful for drying water, can also be obtained here. Architecturally, the monument is geometric and symmetrical, with vast halls and winding passages that create a sense of awe. Exploring them requires preparation, potions of water breathing, night vision, and strong armor are essential for survival. The ocean monument embodies obscurity by combining beauty and peril, representing the mysteries of the deep sea. It adds an aquatic layer to Minecraft's world, showing that even the oceans conceal ancient wonders waiting for brave players to uncover them. Another intriguing structure is the ancient city, found deep within the skulk-filled caves of the overworld. These massive ruins are made of deep slate and decorated with eerie blue skulk blocks, creating an atmosphere of foreboding silence. Their obscurity lies in their connection to the Warden, a terrifying mob that emerges when players trigger too many skulk shriekers. Ancient cities contain loot chests with enchanted books, echo shards, and rare resources, rewarding those who take the risk. Architecturally, they feel sprawling and ruined, as if remnants of a forgotten civilization. The centerpiece, the reinforced deep slate frame, sparks endless speculation among players, as it currently has no function but appears significant. The ancient city embodies obscurity by combining lore, atmosphere, and danger, making it one of the most immersive structures. Exploring them feels like uncovering secrets meant to stay buried, blending mystery with chilling excitement in Minecraft's deepest places. Another modest but meaningful structure is the ruined house sometimes found within villages. These crumbled or incomplete buildings appear as broken walls or roofless structures, suggesting that not every home in Minecraft's world is perfect or intact. The obscurity lies in their storytelling while villagers live in thriving communities. These ruins hint at past struggles, whether from raids, natural decay, or forgotten history. They offer no treasure, but they enrich the village environment, making it feel lived in and imperfect. Architecturally, these ruins use the same materials as other village houses, but their incomplete design sets them apart, often blending into the landscape as if reclaimed by nature. The ruined house embodies obscurity by being atmospheric rather than functional, quietly expanding the lore of villages. It reminds players that Minecraft's world is dynamic. Not every structure is pristine, and even ruins can whisper stories of resilience and time. Another fascinating structure is the fossil, hidden underground in deserts and swamps. These large bone-like formations are made of bone blocks and occasionally coal ore, appearing as the skeletal remains of massive ancient creatures. The obscurity lies in their rarity and location. They often generate deep beneath the surface, making them difficult to find without deliberate searching. While they serve no direct gameplay purpose beyond providing bone meal, their presence adds a layer of prehistoric mystery to the world. Architecturally, fossils are irregular and fragmented, resembling ribs or spines. They evoke curiosity, suggesting that enormous beings once roamed Minecraft's landscapes. Though overlooked, fossils embody obscurity by adding depth to world generation, rewarding those who dig deeply and pay attention to subtle details. They serve as quiet reminders that Minecraft's history stretches far beyond what players see on the surface, hinting at forgotten eras of creatures now long gone. Another unusual structure is the shipwreck, found scattered across oceans and beaches. These wooden remains come in various states of decay, some fully intact, others broken in half or partially buried in sand. The obscurity lies in their role as both treasure troves and storytellers. Chests within shipwrecks may hold maps, leading to buried treasure, enchanted items, or rare resources like emeralds and iron. Architecturally, they resemble old sailing ships, with decks, cabins, and masts, yet their broken state makes them haunting reminders of journeys gone wrong. Exploring them often feels cinematic, diving into the water and uncovering secrets from a lost voyage. Shipwrecks embody obscurity by blending function and atmosphere, rewarding explorers with loot while enriching Minecraft's oceans with mystery. They remind players that even the sea has history, filled with forgotten vessels left to rest beneath waves or sands. Another fascinating structure is buried treasure itself, marked only by an X on treasure maps found in shipwrecks or ocean ruins. These hidden chests lie beneath beaches or ocean floors, usually buried a few blocks under sand or gravel. The obscurity lies in their subtlety. Without maps, they are nearly impossible to find, yet with them, players embark on scavenger hunts across vast coastlines. The reward often includes rare loot such as diamonds, emeralds, and the heart of the sea, a vital component for crafting conduits. Architecturally, buried treasure is minimal, just a chest hidden underground, but its value is immense. It feels like a reward for persistence and curiosity, encouraging players to follow clues and dig beneath the surface. Buried treasure embodies obscurity by being invisible until discovered, turning ordinary beaches into places of hidden fortune and adventure, adding excitement to exploration. Another obscure structure is the ocean ruin, clusters of stone or sandstone buildings found beneath the sea. These ruins often appear mossy, broken, and overgrown with seaweed, giving them the feel of long-forgotten civilizations swallowed by the ocean. Inside, players can find chests with loot, including enchanted fishing rods, coal, or maps, leading to buried treasure. The obscurity lies in their haunting atmosphere. While small and often overlooked, they hint at a lost history, sparking the imagination about what societies once thrived before being claimed by the sea. Architecturally, they vary in size and layout, sometimes consisting of just one building, and other times forming small villages of ruins. Ocean ruins embody obscurity by weaving mystery into the ocean's depths, rewarding divers not only with items but with a sense of discovery. They serve as subtle reminders that even in Minecraft, the oceans hold forgotten secrets. Another structure worth noting is the coral reef. Technically not a building, but a natural generation that feels designed with care. Found in warm oceans, coral reefs are vibrant clusters of coral blocks, sea pickles, and tropical fish. Their obscurity lies in how rarely players may stumble upon them, as they are biome-specific and often require long ocean journeys to find. While they contain no loot chests or mobs, their value is aesthetic, offering one of the most colorful sights in the game. Coral reefs also highlight Minecraft's environmental storytelling, presenting delicate ecosystems full of life. Architecturally, they appear chaotic yet beautiful, resembling natural underwater gardens. Though not a traditional structure, coral reefs embody obscurity by providing atmosphere rather than survival rewards, reminding players that beauty itself can be a treasure. They enrich the oceans with life, turning exploration into a serene, awe-inspiring experience. Another fascinating structure is the giant tree taiga mossy boulder formations. While not built like temples or mansions, these scattered stone boulders, covered in mossy cobblestone, add subtle lore to taiga biomes. Their obscurity lies in their randomness. They appear scattered throughout the forest, suggesting the remnants of ancient landscapes or ruins. Though they contain no loot, they enrich the atmosphere of the biome, creating a sense of history and age. Players may pass them by without noticing, but their inclusion makes the taiga feel distinct and immersive. Architecturally, they are simple clusters of stone and moss, yet their effect on the landscape is profound. They embody obscurity by being environmental structures that add character and depth without direct utility. These mossy boulders show how even the smallest touches in Minecraft's generation can make the world feel lived in, timeless, and quietly full of stories. Another curious structure is the Desert Pyramid, also known as the Desert Temple, found in sandy biomes. Built from sandstone, these square pyramids feature colorful terracotta patterns and a central chamber that hides valuable loot. The obscurity lies in the booby trap at the bottom. Stepping on the pressure plate activates TNT, destroying both the player and the treasure if triggered. Careful adventurers, however, can collect diamonds, emeralds, enchanted books, and even golden apples from the chests hidden below. Architecturally, the pyramid stands as one of Minecraft's most iconic structures, combining symmetry with danger. Its presence in deserts adds mystery, suggesting long-lost civilizations. The Desert Pyramid embodies obscurity by balancing risk and reward, teaching players caution while offering rich treasures. Though easily missed in vast deserts, it rewards those who explore thoroughly, turning barren landscapes into places of adventure and discovery. Another intriguing structure is the Savannah Village, distinct for its use of acacia wood and orange tones. Unlike plains villages, these settlements adapt their designs to the savanna biome, with houses raised on stilts to fit uneven terrain. The obscurity lies in their unique building palette, which feels vibrant and warm compared to the muted tones of plains or snowy villages. Savanna villages often include all the same profession-based buildings, but their architectural style makes them stand out. The orange acacia planks and logs give them a striking identity, blending functionality with beauty. Though villages may feel common, the Savannah version embodies obscurity by showing how Minecraft adapts structures to fit their environment. They make each biome feel unique, adding personality to the world. For players, stumbling upon one feels refreshing, as though discovering a community that truly belongs to its colorful landscape. Another obscure structure is the Snowy Tundra Village, which adapts its architecture to survive in cold biomes. Houses are made with spruce wood and often feature steep roofs to mimic real-world designs that prevent snow from piling up. Their obscurity lies in how different they feel compared to other villages, almost resembling cozy cabins tucked away in the frost. Snowy villages also spawn with igloo-like homes and snow-covered farms, making them atmospheric and unique. Villagers wear warm clothing, further immersing players in the biome's mood. Architecturally, these villages feel rustic and practical, blending with the snowy landscape. Though they provide the same professions and trades as other villages, their environment makes them stand out. Snowy tundra villages embody obscurity by showing how Minecraft structures adapt to climate, transforming survival hubs into immersive experiences that reflect the world around them. They add warmth to otherwise frozen biomes. Another fascinating structure is the Taiga Village, which blends wood, cobblestone, and spruce materials into rustic buildings. Their obscurity lies in their natural fit within the taiga biome, complete with farms, wells, and job site blocks, yet their design feels uniquely rugged. Houses may include chimneys, fences, and even animal pens, adding to the sense of realism. Villagers wear fur-trimmed clothing, reinforcing the cold climate theme. Architecturally, taiga villages are a beautiful balance of functionality and atmosphere, appearing as though carved directly from the surrounding forest. While they offer similar trades and resources as other village types, their environment makes them feel distinct and memorable. Taiga villages embody obscurity by grounding themselves in immersive storytelling, showing that survival is shaped by climate and culture. They enrich the player's world not through treasure but through character, offering a sense of belonging in their snowy wooded homes. Another curious structure is the Savannah Plateau Village, a rarer variant of savanna settlements generated on high terrain. These villages appear scattered across hills, with buildings perched at odd heights and connected by steep paths. The obscurity lies in their challenging layouts. Players must climb or build to access some houses, making exploration unique. Architecturally, the villages maintain the acacia wood palette, but feel more adventurous due to their dramatic positioning. Their uneven design suggests adaptability, as though villagers have carved out homes wherever space was available. While they provide the same trades and professions, their environment makes them stand apart, offering one of the most picturesque views of Minecraft landscapes. Savannah Plateau villages embody obscurity by being ordinary villages placed in extraordinary terrain, turning survival hubs into scenic destinations. They remind players that world generation often surprises with unexpected beauty and variety. Another obscure structure is the Mountain Meadow Village, a rare settlement found in high-altitude meadow biomes. These villages appear serene, with houses built among flowers and rolling hills. Their obscurity lies in their rarity, as meadow biomes themselves are not commonly encountered. Architecturally, they share designs with plains villages but feel distinct due to their idyllic setting. Surrounded by colorful flowers, bees, and sweeping mountain views, they create some of the most picturesque village scenes in the game. While trades and professions remain standard, the atmosphere of these villages makes them memorable. The Meadow Village embodies obscurity by blending familiar structures with rare landscapes, turning an ordinary village into something extraordinary. They feel like hidden retreats, reminding players that Minecraft is not only about danger and treasure but also about peaceful beauty, offering moments of calm and wonder amid exploration. Another fascinating structure is the Desert Village, built primarily of sandstone and blending seamlessly into the arid landscape. Their obscurity lies in their adaptation to the harsh environment. Instead of wood, the houses use sandstone, cut sandstone, and smooth sandstone, creating pale sun-bleached settlements that match the desert's tones. Farms are often enclosed to protect crops from sand, and wells provide vital water sources. Villagers wear desert-themed clothing, reinforcing the immersive design. Architecturally, these villages feel stark yet striking, almost like oases amid barren lands. While they offer the same trades as other villages, their aesthetic uniqueness sets them apart. The Desert Village embodies obscurity by showing how structures evolve to match survival conditions, making each biome feel alive. These settlements bring a sense of culture and history to deserts, turning empty sands into places of life, resilience, and quiet beauty. Another overlooked structure is the abandoned village, sometimes called a zombie village. These eerie settlements are rare, with buildings overgrown by cobwebs, crops dead or missing, and no living villagers present. Instead, zombie villagers roam the streets at night, creating a haunting atmosphere. The obscurity lies in their storytelling. They hint at a past calamity, whether raids, plague, or abandonment, though the game never explains what happened. Architecturally, abandoned villages mirror normal villages, but in decay, with boarded windows, broken doors, and overrun pathways. They contain no trades or functioning society, but they offer atmosphere in abundance. Abandoned villages embody obscurity by enriching the lore of Minecraft's world without words, showing that even peaceful places can fall into ruin. They add depth to exploration, surprising players with chilling reminders that time and struggle shape the world, leaving stories untold in silent, ghostly towns. Another intriguing structure is the Mushroom Island, technically a biome, but one that feels designed like a natural structure. Covered in giant mushrooms and populated by mushrooms instead of regular cows, these islands are safe havens where hostile mobs cannot spawn. Their obscurity lies in their rarity. Finding one requires long ocean voyages, making them feel like hidden paradises. Architecturally, the towering red and brown mushrooms create an otherworldly skyline, unlike anything else in Minecraft. Though they lack buildings, their uniqueness makes them feel like living structures carved by nature. The Mushroom Island embodies obscurity by being both a biome and a refuge, combining rarity, safety, and beauty in one package. For players, stumbling upon one feels like discovering a treasure beyond gold, a serene sanctuary in the endless oceans. These islands highlight Minecraft's magic, where even natural formations feel like carefully crafted wonders. Another obscure structure is the Stronghold, one of the most legendary and essential locations in Minecraft. These vast underground stone mazes contain the End Portal Room, making them the gateway to the End Dimension. The obscurity lies in their labyrinthine design, long corridors, spiral staircases, and rooms filled with empty chests or random features like fountains. Each stronghold feels ancient and forgotten, hidden deep beneath the earth. Players must locate them with eyes of Ender, adding a sense of adventure to the hunt. Architecturally, strongholds are utilitarian but haunting, made of stone bricks, cracked variants, and mossy textures that imply centuries of decay. They are both mysterious and functional, holding the key to the game's ultimate challenge. Strongholds embody obscurity by being both practical and enigmatic, giving players a sense of exploring ruins that predate everything else. They are the silent keepers of Minecraft's final frontier. Another fascinating structure is the End Gateway, the small bedrock portal that appears after defeating the Ender Dragon. Surrounded by floating obsidian pillars, it provides access to the outer islands of the End, where cities and ships await. Its obscurity lies in its size and function tiny compared to other portals, yet essential for deeper exploration. Players must use ender pearls to teleport through it, adding a unique mechanic unlike other portals. Architecturally, it is minimal, made entirely of bedrock and a shimmering portal block, but its role makes it invaluable. While the dragon fight feels climactic, the End Gateway hints that the journey has only begun. The End Gateway embodies obscurity by being small but powerful, a bridge to new adventures that many players overlook in the excitement of victory. It proves that even the tiniest structures can open paths to extraordinary discoveries. Another curious structure is the Obsidian Pillar, found towering in the End during the dragon fight. These tall spires of obsidian hold End crystals that heal the dragon, making them both obstacles and objectives. Their obscurity lies in their role. They are not treasure-bearing structures, but functional pillars that shape the most important boss battle in the game. Some are caged in iron bars, forcing players to strategize carefully to destroy them. Architecturally, they are simple yet imposing, rising high into the dark sky of the End Dimension. While players may see them only as part of the fight, they represent one of Minecraft's purest examples of environment-shaping gameplay. The obsidian pillars embody obscurity by being both part of the landscape and part of the story, blending function and spectacle. They remind players that not all structures exist for exploration. Some exist to shape unforgettable experiences. Another overlooked structure is the small desert well variant that occasionally spawns with no water, just sandstone blocks forming a hollow shape. These wells are incredibly rare, appearing far less frequently than their water-filled counterparts. Their obscurity lies in their sheer improbability. Players can explore deserts for hours without finding one. Though they offer no treasure, their existence adds variety to world generation, showing that even the simplest structures can surprise players. Architecturally, they mirror standard desert wells, but their absence of water makes them feel like relics of forgotten times, dried up and abandoned by villagers or travelers. The dry desert well embodies obscurity by reminding players that Minecraft's world is not always predictable, adding subtle variations that create depth and intrigue. It transforms a barren stretch of sand into a place of quiet wonder, leaving players to imagine the stories behind its emptiness. Another structure worth exploring is the Nether Ruined Portal, distinct from its overworld counterpart by generating deep within the fiery nether. These shattered frames are surrounded by magma blocks, lava, and scattered gold blocks, making them more dangerous to approach. Their obscurity lies in their unusual placement. They feel like relics of failed journeys between dimensions, haunting reminders of civilizations that once tried to cross worlds. Chests nearby often contain fire-resistant items, enchanted gear, or golden tools, helping players navigate the perilous nether. Architecturally, they are irregular and damaged, suggesting violence or neglect. Unlike complete nether portals built by players, these ruins emphasize decay and mystery. The Nether Ruined Portal embodies obscurity by adding lore and atmosphere, reminding players that they are not the first to walk these fiery lands. Each one feels like a whisper of forgotten adventurers, burned into the Nether's unforgiving terrain. Another fascinating structure is the jungle treehouse that can sometimes generate in certain seeds or custom maps, though not part of standard world generation. Its obscurity lies in its rarity. Players often stumble upon them only in special scenarios, making them feel like Easter eggs. Built high among jungle trees, these houses feature wooden planks, ladders, and sometimes chests with minor loot. Architecturally, they blend naturally into the canopy, offering safety from mobs below while providing beautiful views of the forest. Though unofficial in standard generation, jungle treehouses embody obscurity by showing how player creativity and procedural generation often intertwine, creating moments that feel magical and unique. They remind players that Minecraft's charm lies not only in official structures but also in unexpected discoveries, where even the jungle canopy can hide secrets waiting to be found. Another obscure structure is the underwater ravine with magma vents, which, while not a traditional building, feels like a designed feature. Found beneath oceans, these ravines sometimes contain magma blocks that create bubble columns, pulling players downward. The obscurity lies in how these natural features feel almost intentional, adding hazards and surprises to ocean exploration. Ravines may also contain ores and caves, rewarding players who brave their depths. Architecturally, they are dramatic, with jagged stone walls descending into darkness, creating cinematic underwater scenes. The magma vents add dynamic motion, creating a sense of danger and wonder. Underwater ravines embody obscurity by turning natural generation into memorable experiences, blending exploration with atmosphere. They remind players that not all structures are safe havens or treasure troves. Some are simply moments of awe, hidden beneath the waves, waiting for divers to uncover their quiet secrets. Another obscure structure is the lava lake ruin, which can sometimes generate above ground with patches of stone, obsidian, and flowing lava. These formations are not official buildings but feel like intentional designs, marking the world with danger and beauty. Their obscurity lies in their randomness, sometimes appearing with natural obsidian formations, suggesting they could be the remnants of failed portals. Architecturally, they are chaotic yet distinct, with glowing orange lava standing out against dark stone. While they provide no loot, players can use them as natural resources to harvest obsidian or as inspiration for building. Lava lake ruins embody obscurity by blurring the line between natural and constructed, adding both challenge and atmosphere. They turn ordinary landscapes into dramatic scenes, offering players opportunities to imagine forgotten events that left fire-scorched scars across the overworld. They serve as both hazard and story element. Another curious structure is the Mesa Mineshaft, generated above ground in Badlands biomes. Unlike normal mine shafts found underground, these appear on the surface, weaving across mesas in open-air networks of wooden beams and rails. Their obscurity lies in this unusual placement, making them one of the few structures visible from far away. Chests inside still hold loot such as golden apples, enchanted books, or rails, while cave spider spawners provide additional danger. Architecturally, they are striking, with weathered wood contrasting against the vibrant reds and yellows of the Badlands. These surface mine shafts feel ancient, as though abandoned by miners long ago, their supports crumbling in the open air. The Mesa Mineshaft embodies obscurity by being familiar yet unique, showing how biome-specific generation can reshape classic structures. They enrich exploration by making every Badlands biome feel like a place steeped in history and forgotten industry. Another fascinating structure is the Ice Spikes biome, which, while technically a natural formation, feels like a crafted monument. These towering blue and white spires of packed ice rise dramatically from snowy plains, creating one of Minecraft's most surreal landscapes. The obscurity lies in their rarity. Players can explore vast snowy areas without encountering them, making discovery exciting and memorable. Though they hold no treasure, their architectural beauty provides valuable packed ice, used for fast transportation systems or decorative builds. The spires themselves vary in height and thickness, creating forests of frozen towers that feel otherworldly. The Ice Spikes biome embodies obscurity by combining rarity, atmosphere, and utility. It shows how natural formations in Minecraft can rival man-made structures in wonder, turning exploration into a journey of awe. These icy cathedrals remind players that sometimes the most breathtaking treasures are purely visual. Another overlooked structure is the giant spruce taiga village, which blends into the towering trees of its biome. These villages use dark spruce wood in their architecture, giving them a rugged, forested charm. The obscurity lies in how they feel hidden among massive trees, often difficult to spot until players stumble directly upon them. Villagers here maintain farms and professions like in other settlements, but the atmosphere is more secluded and mystical. Architecturally, their designs often feature darker tones, blending seamlessly with the shaded forest around them. While they provide standard trades and resources, their setting makes them feel unique, as if carved from wilderness itself. The giant spruce taiga village embodies obscurity by combining familiar functionality with immersive atmosphere. They create the sense of discovering a hidden community thriving quietly in the forest, a secret society tucked away beneath towering canopies of ancient trees. Another curious structure is the Plains Village Bell, often placed in the center of town squares. While small and simple, the bell has an important role in gameplay. Ringing it causes villagers to run indoors, protecting themselves from raids or nighttime threats. Its obscurity lies in how it ties into the villager raid system, serving as both decoration and survival tool. Architecturally, the bell hangs from a wooden or stone frame, making it a visual centerpiece for the village. Though it offers no loot, its symbolism is powerful, gathering people, warning of danger, and providing a sense of community. The Plains Village Bell embodies obscurity by reminding players that even the smallest objects can shape gameplay and atmosphere. It is a simple block with a profound role, connecting the safety of villagers to the immersive storytelling of Minecraft's evolving world. Another fascinating structure is the coral fan ruins, sometimes found in oceans near coral reefs. These broken stone structures are often overgrown with coral and sea pickles, blending seamlessly into their colorful surroundings. Their obscurity lies in how they resemble forgotten temples of the sea, though they serve no direct gameplay purpose beyond loot chests. Chests within may contain treasure maps, enchanted fishing rods, or other resources, rewarding divers who explore them. Architecturally, they are fragmentary, more ruins than complete buildings, but their design enhances the feeling of ancient civilizations lost beneath the waves. The coral fan ruins embody obscurity by weaving atmosphere and mystery into exploration. They make the oceans feel alive with history, giving players reasons to dive deeper and imagine the stories behind these sunken remnants. They transform empty stretches of water into places filled with intrigue and quiet, colorful beauty. Another obscure structure is the cave dripstone formations, which, while natural, feel almost architectural. Found in dripstone caves, these pointed stalactites and stalagmites create dramatic cathedral-like chambers underground. Their obscurity lies in their combination of danger and beauty. Falling onto stalagmites or being struck by falling stalactites can harm players, yet these formations also provide renewable resources for creating pointed dripstone. Architecturally, they are stunning, creating massive natural halls that rival designed buildings in scale and grandeur. Though they contain no treasure chests, dripstone caves feel like living structures, blending gameplay mechanics with breathtaking scenery. They embody obscurity by showing how natural formations can evoke awe just as powerfully as temples or fortresses. They remind players that Minecraft's world is filled with hidden wonders, waiting in the depths, where beauty and danger coexist in silence beneath the surface. Another curious structure is the desert fountain, a tiny sandstone feature that appears randomly across desert biomes. Though it is not grand like a temple or pyramid, the desert fountain has its own quiet charm. Its obscurity lies in its simplicity and rarity, often overlooked by players rushing through deserts in search of villages or temples. Architecturally, it is a small square formation with water at the center, making it one of the only water sources in otherwise barren deserts. While it does not provide loot, it offers survival value for early explorers who stumble upon it. The desert fountain embodies obscurity by reminding players that even the smallest designs in Minecraft can hold purpose and beauty. It is not about treasure, but about balance, breaking the monotony of endless sand with a gentle oasis that suggests life and history hidden in the dry landscape. Another overlooked structure is the snowy tundra igloo with a hidden basement. At first glance, an igloo may appear to be nothing more than a simple dome of snow blocks, with a bed and furnace inside. Yet some igloos hide a trapdoor beneath a carpet, leading to an underground laboratory with a brewing stand, a chest, and 2 villagers, one healthy, one zombified. This basement is designed to teach players about curing zombie villagers using potions and golden apples. The obscurity lies in how rare these basements are, as not all igloos contain them. Architecturally, the contrast between the simple snow hut above and the secret room below adds a layer of mystery and surprise. The snowy tundra igloo with its hidden basement embodies obscurity by turning a humble surface structure into a lesson in mechanics and storytelling, rewarding curious players with knowledge and treasure alike. Another fascinating structure is the witch hut, found only in swamp biomes. These small wooden shacks stand above the murky water on stilts, with a crafting table and a single cauldron inside. Their obscurity lies in their connection to witches, hostile mobs that rarely have permanent homes elsewhere. A witch always spawns nearby, making the hut both a danger and an opportunity. Architecturally, the witch hut is unassuming, built from simple oak wood and elevated to avoid floods. Yet its rarity makes it valuable, especially since it serves as the basis for creating automatic witch farms to harvest rare drops like redstone, glowstone, and potions. The witch hut embodies obscurity by being both mundane and magical, a quiet shack that hides dangerous secrets. It makes swamps feel more alive, as though witches have long settled there, brewing in solitude among the lily pads and vines. Another curious structure is the jungle pyramid, sometimes called the jungle temple. These moss-covered stone buildings are tucked into dense jungle foliage, often blending in so well that players can walk right past without noticing them. Their obscurity lies in their hidden traps and puzzles. Inside, tripwire traps and dispensers filled with arrows guard the treasure chests, while a lever puzzle unlocks a hidden chamber. Architecturally, the pyramid looks ancient, built from mossy cobblestone and stone bricks, giving the sense of a civilization lost to the jungle. The jungle pyramid embodies obscurity by offering both danger and reward, rewarding careful exploration and punishing recklessness. Though the loot is modest, often containing emeralds, bones, or enchanted books, the experience of navigating the temple feels immersive. It is a structure that turns exploration into adventure, reminding players that discovery is as much about atmosphere as it is about treasure. Another interesting structure is the Woodland Mansion Secret Room, one of the rarest architectural features in Minecraft. Woodland mansions are already vast, sprawling homes of hostile illagers, but within them are randomly generated hidden rooms. Some are libraries, others contain statues, and a few even feature strange setups like a jail or a chicken pen. These secret rooms are often buried inside the walls, requiring players to break through to find them. Their obscurity lies in their randomness, making each mansion unique and mysterious. Architecturally, they feel eerie, as though they were built for forgotten rituals or experiments. The Woodland Mansion's secret rooms embody obscurity by offering discovery within discovery, rewarding players who explore thoroughly. They enhance the atmosphere of mansions as dangerous, haunted places, filled with stories left untold. Each hidden chamber sparks the imagination, suggesting that illagers guard secrets far stranger than anyone expects. Another obscure structure is the ruined portal's gold block hidden within Netherrack. While ruined portals are common across both the overworld and the Nether, not all players know that beneath the crying obsidian and lava, there is almost always a hidden gold block waiting to be uncovered. The obscurity lies in how well it blends into the fiery wreckage, often missed unless players carefully clear the debris. Architecturally, the ruined portal tells the story of a gateway that once stood tall, shattered, and collapsed into ruin. The hidden gold block adds a layer of treasure to its history, rewarding patient exploration. The ruined portal with its secret gold embodies obscurity by blending atmosphere, storytelling, and gameplay mechanics into a single discovery. It turns an already iconic structure into a layered experience, showing that even ruins hold secrets if one takes the time to look closely. Another overlooked structure is the desert well, a tiny sandstone feature scattered randomly across desert biomes. Like the desert fountain, it is not grand or complex, yet it carries its own quiet beauty. Its obscurity lies in its functionlessness. It serves no gameplay purpose, has no loot, and is not tied to any mechanics. Yet it looks intentional, a perfect little square of sandstone blocks filled with water, as though designed to be an oasis marker for weary travelers. Architecturally, its simplicity is striking, fitting seamlessly into the empty desert while breaking its monotony. Though players often ignore it, the desert well embodies obscurity by being purely atmospheric, a reminder that not every structure must contain treasure to hold meaning. It is a detail that enriches the desert biome, sparking questions about who built it and why it was left behind in the sand. Another curious structure is the pillager outpost, rising tall in plains, deserts, and savannas. These dark wooden towers serve as the homes of pillagers, hostile mobs who wander the surrounding land. Their obscurity lies in how dangerous they are to approach, as waves of pillagers gather outside, armed with crossbows. Inside, however, the towers hold loot chests with arrows, enchanted books, and sometimes rare items like goat horns in newer versions. Architecturally, the outpost resembles a fortress, with banners hanging to declare pillager dominance. They stand as symbols of oppression, scattered across the overworld as reminders that danger is never far away. The pillager outpost embodies obscurity by blending atmosphere with mechanics, providing both a challenge and a story. It represents the ongoing conflict between villagers and their illager cousins, giving players reason to prepare carefully before storming these wooden towers of hostility. Another fascinating structure is the Bastion Remnant, found deep within the Nether. These ruined fortresses are sprawling, dangerous mazes of blackstone, filled with piglins and hoglins. Their obscurity lies in the way they combine treasure and risk, housing some of the rarest loot in the game, including ancient debris and the coveted pigstep music disc. Architecturally, bastions feel grand yet shattered, as though they were once thriving strongholds of piglin society, now left to decay. Their layout is unpredictable, with treasure rooms, bridges, and lava-filled halls creating an ever-changing challenge. The Bastion Remnant embodies obscurity by showing that even hostile mobs have history and culture, with structures that feel purposeful and full of mystery. They enrich the Nether's lore, turning it into more than a fiery wasteland. Exploring a Bastion Remnant is both thrilling and terrifying, offering rewards to those brave enough to face its defenders. Another mysterious structure is the End City, towering spires of purple blocks that rise from the Void Islands after the Ender Dragon is defeated. Their obscurity lies in their rarity and danger, as shulkers guard their walls, firing levitation-inducing projectiles at explorers. Inside, however, lies some of the best loot in the game: enchanted armor, weapons, and the coveted elytra, hidden aboard an End ship floating nearby. Architecturally, End cities are bizarre and alien, with winding hallways, floating towers, and bridges that seem both chaotic and deliberate. They embody obscurity by representing the pinnacle of Minecraft exploration, the final reward for players who conquer the game's greatest challenges. Their haunting beauty and strange design spark the imagination, suggesting a civilization of Endermen who once built and abandoned these alien cities. The End City remains one of the most memorable and awe-inspiring structures in all of Minecraft. Another overlooked structure is the fossil, massive skeletal remains hidden beneath desert and swamp biomes. Made from bone blocks, these structures resemble rib cages or skulls, hinting at ancient creatures that once roamed Minecraft's world. Their obscurity lies in their rarity, as they generate deep underground and are rarely discovered unless players dig or stumble upon them by chance. Architecturally, they are hauntingly simple yet evocative, sparking countless theories about Minecraft's past. Though they provide no loot beyond valuable bone meal, fossils carry immense atmospheric weight. They embody obscurity by being quiet reminders of history, scattered bones that whisper of forgotten eras. Discovering one feels like unearthing a relic, connecting players to a deeper sense of the world's mystery. The fossil is not about utility, it is about wonder, giving depth to Minecraft's landscapes by suggesting that every desert or swamp hides secrets beneath the soil. Another fascinating structure, and the final on our journey, is the stronghold, a labyrinthine stone fortress buried deep beneath the earth. Strongholds are the gateways to the end, containing the end portal frames required to reach the dragon's lair. Their obscurity lies in their hidden placement, discovered only through the guidance of Eyes of Ender. Architecturally, strongholds are vast, filled with libraries, prisons, fountains, and winding hallways. They feel ancient, as though built by civilizations long forgotten. The stronghold embodies obscurity by being both essential and mysterious, the culmination of exploration and preparation. It is not only a functional structure but also a narrative one, leading players to the ultimate battle and beyond. Each stronghold tells a story of persistence, resilience, and discovery. As the final great structure before the end, it represents Minecraft's balance of gameplay and imagination, a fitting end to our exploration of hidden wonders.